Hi guys, welcome back, and hello if you are new. I hope all of you had an amazing week last week. And so the album that I'm going to be talking about this week is the 6th release from HOODED MENACE, which are Joensuu's finest. If you're not familiar with Joensuu, it's a fantastic place in Finland. I was actually very privileged to go there once. We went there for a press trip. So today I'm going to be talking about HOODED MENACE's 6th album and their brand new record titled The Tritonus Bell. Really, when you look at HOODED MENACE, they've got all the best bits of doom, heavy, thrash, and death metal. But they all kind of come together in a very cohesive, really well thought out songwriting plan. That leads me to my next point, which is without a doubt, the strongest part of this album is its sense of songwriting. It's mainly down to the use of dynamics, the use of like really easy transitions that just kind of take you through the song. The album was produced by Andy LaRocque, who, if you don't know, is the guitarist in King Diamond and was also in Death on Individual Thought Patterns, one of my favourite albums. So he's got a fantastic ear. This album sounds brilliant. It has enough beef in the bass. There's enough power in the drums that they kind of really bring the pieces together and have that sense of body in there as well. There's a real sense of energy as well, which I think is really important, because sometimes you can have a lot of doom-laden riffs or, melodies, and they do kind of get a little bit samey. But Corpus Asunder, for example, has this really like bouncy main riff, which I really like. And similarly, Diabolicus has the same sort of thing. It has that quite bouncy, energetic verse, but then we're led into the more Candlemas, Paradise Lost era later on in the song. But then you've got the more thrash-leaning Blood Ornaments, which would fit perfectly in, like Black Album era Metallica. It has that sort of like stadium-sized bass riffing. Another thing I do like about the record is its sense of atmosphere. So like on Chthonic Exordium, it starts the record with this sort of crack of lightning, and it, brings that sort of slightly hammy, slightly 80s feel to the album. But then you've also got more sophisticated atmosphere on Diabolicus, for example, which has more synths. I also have to say probably one of the biggest saving graces of this album is its guitar work. I think the guitar solos on here are really interesting, and they really stop it from becoming quite a repetitive, boring album. Diabolicus, for example, has a nifty kind of little diminished solo. But then we've got other tracks like Those Who Absorb the Night, which I think is a real standout moment of the solo. And it's interesting as well, because I feel like they've got the sort of tone that you might hear on like Dimebag Darrell, for example, but the playing is almost a bit, neoclassical, like Malmsteen. Now, my only gripe that I would have with this record is it's just slightly too long. I think there's just a couple of times where we might have an extra verse where it didn't necessarily need it. And there are songs which are kind of 9 minutes long that could have been shaved down to maybe like 7. But aside from kind of cutting the fat, this is a really solid record, and one that I was very surprised at how much I've enjoyed. So that's it from me. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and you can pick up a copy of the album right underneath here. Also, just want to say that if you did want to, I've got a link to my coffee page where you can donate what is essentially the price of a coffee. It really helps the channel and it helps me a lot. But anything that you might be able to do is hugely appreciated. Other than that, take care, and I'll see you guys very soon.